Hello and welcome to episode 148 of the Gochuucast. And today we are shopping for seasonals.
With a twist.
With a twist. We are doing
With a
something
twist.
we probably should have done. How many years have we been doing this? Almost 3. Probably should have done this like 2 years ago. but we're changing up the shopping format. And
Better late
adding,
than never.
yeah, and it's a learning process, but what we're going to be doing is typically every season we run into an issue. Either if we are all watching something, somebody isn't caught up, and there are a million and one shows that we're all just separately watching. So we never really have discussions about anything. We just
Yeah.
gotta
Also, with
really
spoilers, it becomes hard, right? Yeah.
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 We don't want to spoil anything. Sometimes I just get so mad at a show that I decide to spoil it anyway, but besides that, we don't really, don't really do a whole lot of that. But for this season, we are all going to individually pick one show. So there'll be 3 shows total that all of us will be contractually obligated to stay up to date on. And we will be discussing them more in depth than we have shows in the past. So an interesting change that affects not only the shopping episodes, but also makes our normal episodes more interesting than they otherwise would
I'm
be.
excited.
My
It'll be
favorite part
fun.
about this idea is that it was actually revealed in one of
Oh,
our
yeah.
our last lost episode. The episode that we lost was where I brought up this idea, and then that episode corrupted, or whatever.
Yeah, it
whatever
corrupted.
happened
It
to
corrupted. Nothing else happened to it.
and definitely corrupted, and so it just kept as not really secret, but just like, well, I guess we won't bring it up again then.
But now's a good time.
Well, now we have to. That this is
We
the
do?
episode
Exactly.
that is revealed. It is the only time, actually.
Yeah, I guess.
There, I think the stipulation we had was no, with an asterisk, no continuing seasons. If all 3 of us
I
are
can't make
already
y'all
watching,
watch like Windbreaker season 2 or some shit.
yeah, if all 3 of us are already, so like this past season, ReZero, for example, I think would have been fair game because we all were watching ReZero.
Right.
But I can't just say, "Hey, you fuckers, catch up on Fire Force,"
Right.
hmm
So for the most part, it'll probably just come down to new shows.
Yeah.
Oh, on the rare occasion, perhaps we're all caught up with something. Maybe
There's like a banger there.
ReZero
Like
season
ReZero
4.
season 4.
See you guys in whenever that happens, but
2029.
oh no. Even the voice actor came out. He's like, "We're not making you guys wait 4 years this time." I'm so happy.
Good.
Yeah.
Now the problem is, if we came up with this idea, and now we have to pick shows. So I haven't looked much at this next season, so
I know I have a number of things on planning, but I just don't know. Like, I've even thought about it a little bit. I just don't know what the fuck I would even make you all watch, because I want it to be something like
I want it to be a
worth
fun
discussing.
pick. Yeah.
Guess we'll get to it. We'll
There's one show I'm kind of looking at, but I think I'll be watching it and not necessarily naming it my show of the season.
I feel like I might know what you're talking about. But anyway,
It's not a hard guess.
We'll just start at the top. We'll work our way
With
down.
Peak. We start at Peak.
ReZero isn't continuing this season, so unfortunately.
No, but we are getting another Peak season 3 of something.
We are getting the 3rd season of Fire Force, which got announced like years ago, and then just wasn't real for a while, and now it's here. So I think
It was announced.
I've read like part of the content for this, but I didn't continue. So I guess it's going to be mostly new content for me at some point.
You probably don't remember a lot of what you read either.
I definitely don't remember jack shit. I don't remember Really, anything past season 2, I don't even remember that much of season 2 to be honest, but it's
I
been a minute.
really like the season 3 content. I think the end of Fire Force, like the last couple arcs, is what really sold me on the series. I enjoyed it before that, but just the way that everything like happens and ties together is what really made me like Fire Force. So I'm excited for season 3, both parts. There will be a part 2. They said when part 2 is going to be, but I don't remember. Might be 2026 if I remember right. They've
Yeah,
already said.
January 2026.
Yeah.
Okay, I
So
didn't
a
even
little
know
bit
this
of time
that
between
close.
part 1 and part 2, but
Yeah, I mean not that. A couple seasons. It's not too bad. But yeah, I
it'll be good.
guess we'll both be watching that. Spat, I don't think you've seen any of
I haven't. I
Fire
haven't
Force.
seen season 1. I'm sorry.
I don't think you would like Fire Force,
I don't.
honestly.
Yeah, I don't
Maybe.
know. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know. I feel like maybe if I revisit it, I would like it more. There are just things that I get hung up on with.
I think Fire Force has a lot of issues, which I would agree with. But I also, so I think, I don't know if we've talked about this, but we probably have at some point in the podcast. Shinra to me is one of the best like shonen protagonists to exist.
See, I just don't remember
Like
much of it.
he's
The world of Fire Force is so interesting and cool. I feel like if I revisited now, I'd probably appreciate it more than I did when I
when you first
first
started.
watched. Because when I first watched, I definitely would not have given a fuck about. Um, I definitely cared less about I was definitely more monkey brained,
Hmm.
which is a little odd thinking about it. Because
You're like
you
the
think I would
opposite
have
now.
liked. Yeah, I mean that, but like you would think I would have liked the show more than I did. I think
Yeah,
I
that is
did
true.
read part of the manga. I think I got caught in this awkward like middle ground where I think by the time season 2 came out, I had read a fair bit of it, but I was also starting to change. Like my tastes were starting to change like drastically over the course of like really from like probably 2019 to 2020. I had a massive shift in what I appreciated, and so certain aspects of Fire Force stood out to me as not really caring about them as much anymore. And so I don't know, it's in this awkward like gray area where all I can remember about it is the stuff that I would have liked for like a small period of time, and then now I don't care about that stuff as much anymore, but I also didn't appreciate maybe the things it did good, like its interesting world. So I don't
I
know.
think the beginning parts of season 3 are probably some of the most interesting world building in the series. So you could have some interesting thoughts with that. Um, good or bad. It's hard to say.
Yeah, we will see.
But I want to say there's one particular scene, and anyone who's familiar with Fire Force will know what I'm talking about. And I think that'll happen near the end of the first part of season 3. But it
All
could
right.
happen sooner.
Next up, we have a non
Lazarus.
what's it called? A non sequel. So Lazarus is something from Shinichiro Watanabe. So he's the Cowboy Bebop Samurai Champloo guy.
That makes sense.
Um, yeah. So the awkward thing with this is an Adult Swim anime, and I think like the past like two Adult Swim anime I can think of were Ninja Kamui and Uzumaki, and both of those had people like gripped at episode 1 and then just fell off immediately after. So
Yeah.
part of me worries that like this maybe starts strong and like almost kind of I don't know, it has big names on it. The
It's totally
studio's
original
mad, but
content.
yeah, it's like there's a lot that could go right with this, or it could go horrifically wrong. Um, I do have it on the
I thought
plan
the
here,
premise was cool. So
regardless.
yeah. I'm
Yeah,
excited. I'm gonna watch this.
we'll also be watching this.
Yeah, I just
I
think like, from what I saw in the
don't.
trailer, it was just cool. But
I don't think I'll be watching this
Unless, dun dun dun.
unless.
do it.
um, I don't have any attachment to um Cowboy Bebop and a lot of that just like older school feeling stuff. Um, never interested me a lot, and like even looking at the tags of this, cyberpunk, not something I particularly am interested in. Parkour could be interesting. I don't really know why parkour is a tag on here because I didn't read the thing. Maybe they parkour. It says prison on here. Not exactly a draw for me. Not a deal breaker, but I don't know. This is definitely on in my mind on the list of things that's like, if it's good, maybe I'll be convinced to watch it. But just off rip, doesn't look that appealing for me personally.
Yeah, I mean, this is like a very, like touted director, screenwriter type of guy. I don't know. Well, I don't know if yeah, he did the script. Okay, I was gonna saying screenwriter. I know he's the director. I didn't know if he wrote it or not, but he did write it. Um, yeah. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm weary going into it, but I feel like this has more of a reason to succeed than something like Ninja Kamui, which I don't even. What fucking studio even made this shit? E&H Production. Yeah.
I
Okay.
don't even know what that is.
Well, they've got 4 anime to their name, so I can see what went wrong.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna try it. If it's bad, it's bad.
I
That's
wouldn't be
all.
surprised if it's good. Like I feel like if anything, I expect it to be good. It just doesn't strike me as the type of thing that I would like.
Yeah, apparently I want to say the director like called it a masterpiece of his already, but you know, he's not gonna shit talk his own show before it comes out, so
Right.
we'll something to keep an eye on. But moving on, we got Windbreaker season 2. I'm the only one who watched season 1, so yeah,
More
I
Windbreaker.
will be watching. I don't really care that much about Windbreaker. Like I think the character writing is kind of extremely on the nose and uninteresting. There's like one interesting character, but I'm really only here for the fight choreography. If they can keep what they did in season 1, then it'll be entertaining at the very least.
It was pretty well received for season 1, wasn't it? Generally.
Um, let's see. It's got 78% on any list, so it's not bad
Yeah,
by any means.
not bad at all.
It's just very like it's a cookie cutter, but it's like a really well made cookie.
Perfect chocolate chip cookie.
All right. Next up is something that a lot of people have been wanting to get an anime, but seeing the promotional material for it, I'm not quite sure I want to watch it. This is The Beginning After the End, which is manhwa, I'm pretty sure.
I kind of agree with that. I've talked to because we have a couple friends who are big fans of this, and I think the general consensus with a lot of them is maybe wait a second to find out if it's a good adaptation or not, because it looks kind of questionable with a lot of the promotional stuff and everything. Um, and it's generally considered a pretty hard adaptation. Like I know they've been saying for a
Yeah.
long time they don't know how it would be adapted.
Like I'm looking at this poster here. I'm not feeling very inspired by the character designs. It looks
Yeah.
like isekai slop, except it's supposed to be good. I don't know. I've heard people compare it to Mushoku Tensei and say it's like Mushoku if Mushoku wasn't weird. But the difference between this and Mushoku has good production quality, so you can
Yeah.
put aside the
This is
weird.
done by A Cat.
Yeah, you don't. I don't
Who
think
the
ACAT has
fuck
a
is
sing.
that?
I don't think they have a single show above a 7. from what I've heard. Let's see. Robot Masters 45%. That was back in 2004.
They have a
Uh,
Bandori short.
dude, their like first 3 anime were like all 40 percenters. It's like actually Frame Arms Girl that almost got 60%. Pastel Life, their 6 episode TV
Pastel
short,
Life is a Bandori
62%.
short.
Okay. Then Cho Kato Girl, 56%. Another Frame Arms Girl got a 54%, then a 51% on, I think this is a baseball, from what if I'm looking at it right. Small picture.
It is.
Yeah, baseball anime
The Tamayomi.
did not go too well. Um, and let's see, another 53%, another 59%. Oh, there we go. We got a 60 in there. He's the farm one, dude. Oh my
They did
god,
do the farm one.
dude. Yeah, no, this adaptation's cooked, dude. It's so done. It's over.
Yeah. Um, this is something I may one day consider reading, but I'm probably not watching the anime.
Yeah, their highest rated show is like a 63%, which is like honestly kind of impressive. Yeah, no, dude. I watched the farm one. The first 5 minutes, funniest shit I've
Oh,
ever seen in my life, but not for a good
the
reason.
director's cooked too.
It's the director. The director
He's directed a lot of things, mostly
did
Data
Data Life
Lives.
3. I don't think people like Data Life 3 that much. I
He
don't know
did
if
1
that's
and 2 also.
I see. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say Data Live was a directional masterpiece or anything like that. No, they definitely have a story director, if anything. I don't think that means much considering the studio at hand, but I'm sure my timeline will either complain or praise about this
I
show.
think we'll
So
find out. Yeah,
I will find out one way or another. But it looks pretty chalked.
but you know what's not chalked?
Slime
Season
300
2 of
Season 2.
Slime 300. Our second dose of peak. Um, there's not really anything to say about this though. We watched the first season of Slime 300. I'm willing to bet it's just going to be the same thing for season 2. Bunch of cute girls just vibing in this isekai world. I'm pretty sure it was an
Yeah, it
isekai.
was an isekai. Do we know the girl up front? I feel like she's new. Am I crazy?
No, the green-haired one? We
Like the
don't.
teal
Well,
with
it's like,
the
yeah,
leaf hat.
we don't. We know everyone else,
Okay, I was gonna say I'm
not
like
her.
because I know everyone else on here. I'm like, am I crazy? This is new.
I believe we don't know her.
Okay, well, not much to say about Slime 300 other than it'll
It's
be
gonna be good. It's gonna be fun. If you watch season 1, you'll
it's
watch
just
season 2.
comfort
If you
show.
didn't watch season 1 and you want a comfort show that's also got some isekai, here you go. This is the one.
Konosuba is getting a couple of VAs. Don't really talk much about that. Here's one that is interesting. It's
Good, good
the
series.
My Hero Vigilantes. I don't really know anything about this other than it
I
exists.
I love vigilantes. I think it's to me because so for the longest time I would read both My Hero and Vigilantes weekly and was really into both series, but I didn't get all periods of time even back when I was into My Hero a lot because I've kind of fallen off of it a lot and been like, it's kind of not that great. But at one point in time, it was like one of my favorite things. But even back then, Vigilantes to me always just felt like the better My Hero because it's essentially just like a slightly darker take on the My Hero universe. But it's good. I mean, anyone who likes My Hero is gonna like this, or even just like the concepts of My Hero. But I also think even some people that don't like My Hero that give this a chance could be surprised.
I see.
I like Goichi, the main character. He's a good main character.
I will keep it in mind, but don't
Unless
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 I thought about it, but to be honest, um I think if Spat was familiar with My Hero, like the normal My Hero verse, I would maybe be more
Yeah, I only
thinking
know
about
like
it. But
some like the characters. That's it.
I feel like I'd rather have it be an entirely. If I'm gonna do a season one of something, I'd rather it be like an entirely its own thing and not like here's a spin-off of a series that one of us knows very little about.
Yeah.
But I am excited for this.
yeah. So up next, we got we got Please Put Them On, Takamine-san. And I believe this is supposed to be uncensored Gooner slop. So if any of you
Oh,
want to use your
yeah. Okay.
thing
I
on this,
No.
actually, I'm pretty sure I have like back in my fucking DGen days. I'm pretty sure I like read
Just no
like
way he's
no,
familiar with
I'm
this.
serious. It sounded so familiar, and then I read I'm like pretty sure I like read like a chap. Like I don't know why it just sounds so familiar. I'm not gonna. I mean, I put it as planning, but I'm not gonna. I
you
don't
put it
like
as
these kinds of shows
planning.
anymore.
You
But
put it on planning?
You put it on
yeah,
planning. It's crazy.
if it's like absurdly DGen, I'm not gonna watch it because I don't like those kinds of shows anymore. But like,
But you put it on planning.
I know.
Spat.
No,
I want you to look at this
yeah, I
image
know.
because
This
the
looks
key
absurd.
visual is
This is
insane.
absurd. Okay, I'm taking it off.
It is literally
I'm
just
putting
built
on
to be
watching, bro.
degen. The highest tag is nudity, and then fendom, and then large breasts.
Okay, never
Bachelor,
mind. I'm out. I'm out.
you
I'm
are
out. I'm out. Wait.
To put it on
you are a
planning is crazy.
Okay, I
Bachelor, you
dropped
are
it.
a salaried employee at some
I
company.
know. I don't even like these kinds of shows anymore.
Dude just got
I wouldn't
drawn
even
in
enjoy
by
it.
the ghost of Gooner's past. Like holy shit.
Yeah. Okay. We'll move on.
Anyway,
Unless
unless you never know. Witch Watch is the next thing on
I'm
the list here.
actually extremely excited for Witch Watch. A lot of our friends are interested in Witch Watch,
I think I thought about
but I've
reading
not.
this at one point, and then the anime got announced, and I didn't read it.
I did the same thing. I was thinking about reading it. They announced the anime. I was like, you know what? I'll wait because inevitably, if I like it by the end of episode 3, I'll probably have read it anyway. The first season of content, because that's what I do. Um, yeah, I don't know too much about it. I like
Yeah, I don't know
magic
anything either.
I don't know
as like
anything
a
really.
concept, so
Let's see.
I'm sure I'll enjoy it.
Morihito Otogi, a high school student who comes from a lineage of ogres, enjoys a
Ogres.
peaceful, ordinary life until his childhood friend Nico moves in with him. Nico is a witch in training and chooses Morihito to be her familiar. While Nico's thrilled to reunite with her old friend and crush, Morihito is tasked with the perilous duty to protect her from a foretold calamity. Between the unpredictable chaos caused by Nico's magic and the awkwardness of sharing a home, their lives become a whirlwind of supernatural hijinks and threats.
Sounds kind of cute. What do you mean by chooses him to be her familiar? Does she like enslave him? Is there a contract?
Hmm.
What does that mean?
I guess we'll find out.
So he's an ogre. Well, he's not
He's
an
from a
ogre, but
lineage
he's
of
like
ogres.
he's inherited some ogre traits
You
or
see,
something like that.
he's like Shrek's like cousin, like 10 times removed or something. Like I don't know.
Yeah, he looks like a normal person, but in this picture, is that him punching? Is that his fist?
I think it is a big old hand.
Bro, she's
It's probably
so
just
freaking
perspective.
she's so freaking cute. Anyway,
Yeah, this is she like genetically modified in a lab to be a PK girl.
yeah, she kind of is. I will be there. And who knows?
will also
You
be
both
there.
might be there too.
I mean, I'm gonna
We'll
be there
see what we find on this
regardless,
shopping episode.
but whether or not
This is
Spat will be there.
my this is my fallback. I want to keep shopping around, but if I'm not inspired by anything, this might be my show.
This is what I thought you were aiming for from the start, so it's very unsurprising development here.
This is the thing that's on my mind if I can't, but I just feel like there's maybe something that more random that I'll want to do, but I guess we also don't want to have like our quote focus shows be too niche. So who's to say?
Okay, next up we have Aharen Season 2. I'm the only one who watched Season 1, I think.
I dropped it.
Alright,
It
well,
wasn't bad. It just wasn't good.
I
You know?
enjoyed my time with it. I didn't think it was anything
I didn't.
crazy. I gave like a 7 out of 10, I think, but
I enjoyed my time with it. I just didn't feel like giving it more time. You know?
fair enough. I'm also Inari Minase pilled, so
That is true.
alright. I will be there, and no one else will be there. Not even unless, because it's
Not
Season
even
2.
unless you can't.
I
Yeah.
can't. Next up is Ranger Reject second season. None of us watched the first season, so I have
Nope.
nothing
Was
nothing
the
to say
first
about
season?
that.
I don't know anything about this shit.
I've heard the first
First
season like
season
fell
moderately.
off.
Yeah.
Like it started pretty strong, I think, and then
I know at the
died.
beginning people were saying that it was doing really good. So
High potential and great premise are let down by abysmal pacing and poorly written characters. I will choose to believe that.
fair enough. The Annie-list reviews have never let me down.
Yep, I definitely agree with them all the time.
Yep,
Okay,
they definitely are always correct.
next up, I've been eyeing this one for a while, actually, like a really long time, and now it's finally
Did we
here.
talk about this on the podcast before?
We
I
probably
don't
have.
We might
think-
have.
Maybe, yeah,
So
maybe.
it's can a boy-girl friendship survive? No, apparently.
So that's what's odd to me, right? Because the name of it is "Can a Boy and Girl Friendship Survive?" And then it's like, but it's tagged as a romance. And it's tagged with like
Well,
things like love triangle and stuff like that.
in the
So I'm
synonyms,
like,
like the full translation, can a boy and girl friendship hold up? No, it can't. In parentheses. So
oh, I see, I understand. So the anime title is not telling us the quiet part.
I mean, it is, but the English title, whatever
Yeah, the English
Crunchyroll,
title's
the one
not.
that Crunchyroll chose, decided to just like not not include the second part.
Um, I'll be there. This one looks cute.
We'll also be
I don't know
there.
why I like the
I
design
don't
of
know.
the girl. She's
Is it
got
the
like a little
hair?
sunflower thing in
Yep.
some of her other arts.
It's just the classic hair accessory neuron activation, you know.
It is. Seems cute. I'll be there. I haven't looked at the PV yet.
Yeah, I will also be there. Spat, I doubt will be there
No,
unless
I don't know. I got some
unless
other ones in mind.
Unless
I don't think I would use mine on probably, I don't know if it's slop, but slop adjacent rom-com. Anyway,
yeah, I mean, you and I have both been keeping an eye out on this for a while, and it's hopefully good, but it also just looks like another rom-com in like the same way that like all rom-coms are, right?
yeah. We got Kowloon generic romance. I don't know anything about this.
What the fuck is this?
Looks like
What
an
are
adult
you?
romance.
Welcome
Welcome
to
to
Kowloon.
Kowloon Walled City, a dystopian townscape where people are brimming with nostalgia and where past, present, and future converge. Amid the
What do
hidden
these words
emotions
mean?
and extraordinary daily lives of men and women working in its confines, a tale of romance begins to unfold for real estate agent Reiko Kujirai, one that feels as familiar as Kowloon itself. There are a lot of words said in that. They didn't really
I
form like a
don't feel like most
coherent.
of those words were useful.
All I know is Kowloon is in like Hong Kong or something like that.
Yeah, but I
Like a
think
historic city.
this
That's
is
all.
supposed to be its own place. But you are correct.
Yeah, I don't know anything.
Based on a manga. Manga's generally pretty well rated,
Yeah, I don't know. Nothing really
which is
spoke to me
interesting.
there. I feel like I'll maybe keep an eye on it, but the premise didn't really give me anything.
It kind of confuses me more than it solves anything. I'm not like super inspired by these character designs. They don't look bad,
Yeah, I didn't like the
but they
premise
also
either. So.
don't look. I don't know. This guy on the right is just kind of looking at me
Looks like
funny.
a Dragon Ball character.
He does. He
Yeah,
looks
the
like a
hair.
Dragon Ball character drawn by the characters of Dragon Ball.
It's crazy. Anyway,
Goku drew that guy.
I think you're giving Goku a little
Okay,
much credit.
I don't
Next,
know why this next one actually kind of interests me.
okay, so the next one is from Old Country Bumpkin to Master Swordsman. I think this is like a guy who's a sword instructor, and one day his uh, pupils come to him, and he's appointed as a special instructor for the knights of a country or whatever. And so, yeah, I don't know. This feels like let's see, what's the tags? Female harem, male protagonist, swordplay, and age
No,
gap.
not female harem and age gap. We're cooked. Let me look at the PV real quick.
I think I watched the PV earlier. It was not like particularly inspiring.
I don't like. I mean, it's not bad.
It's
She
fine.
was.
It's just that it
It's
doesn't. It
definitely
just
not
looks
good.
like native isekai slop.
Yeah. Shoot. I was interested when I saw the picture because I was like, oh, this looks kind of cool. And now I've become uninterested. Not like totally uninterested. Still looks like something I would maybe consider. Um,
I feel like the character designs look decent. I'm just like I'm not inspired by everything surrounding that.
yeah, I agree. So, I will not plan to be here, but it might
Unless,
happen. Who knows? Yeah, if you used it on this, I'd be shocked.
yeah, I'm not using it on that. Uh,
If we do this long enough, there's definitely going to be a time where one of us just has like a total troll one.
just crashes out.
I think,
Slab something
yeah,
insane.
I think if both of the other two veto, that's like the power.
I think we did talk about a veto system where if both people said no, then majority rules.
Sure, that's fine.
Like if I say I'm gonna make you all watch, please put them on Takamine-san. We have some sort of counterplay. Be like, no, we will not be doing that.
Yeah. Next up, we have the Brilliant Healers: A New Life in the Shadows. These more what's it called? Native Isekai.
Yeah, I
No.
nothing to say. Um, based on a light novel that doesn't look particularly well received or inspiring. Let me read this.
Dude,
Born a
it's
poor
like
man.
this is like all
It's
the kicked
everything.
from the party, whatever, without all the, I don't know, this is like the non-rape fantasy redo of healer from what I'm reading here.
Becomes becomes a shadow healer. What does that mean?
It's the shadow healer. It's cool.
Yeah, no opinions. This is what it is.
Yeah, it's just another dude who's like really useful, but his teammates don't think he's useful. Then they kick him, but then everyone else realizes how useful he is, and now he's like the cool guy. Never seen this before, certainly. Anyway, let's see. Next up, it's a Kobayashi Dragon Maid movie. We can't talk about that. We're
No.
not getting that for another 20 years. I don't know what the fuck this is. Hold on. It's a Sword of the Demon Hunter. Kijin Gentoshu.
Oh, I saw this. I don't know. It's like a It seems like a historical type I don't know. I'm not super. Wait.
Let's
Yeah, I'm
see.
not super
In
interested.
the Edo period, there was a shrine maiden called uh, Itsukihime in the mountain village of Kadono. Jinta, a young man who acts as the shrine maiden's guardian, despite being a stranger, encounters a mysterious demon who speaks of the far future in the forest where he went to defeat it. Let's see. This huge Japanese fantasy series follows a demon man who travels through time while continuously questioning the meaning of wielding a sword. It almost seems interesting, but I'm like, I'm not inspired by the studio.
Yeah.
The studio, I'm pretty
Oh,
sure,
okay.
has like, they did the, I don't know, was it Cloud? No, I can't remember if it was Cloud Hearts that fucking collapsed or if it was this one. Hold on, let me, I don't want to slander, a studio while being wrong. I think it was Cloud Hearts that might have imploded. I don't remember. Okay, yeah, I think it was Cloud Hearts. They filed for bankruptcy. Okay. But this was a partner studio for the Yuri music thing that collapsed.
I see.
Let's see. Um, I don't know. This has like an almost interesting premise, but I don't know. This may be something I'll keep in like the back pocket if I don't feel like I have enough things I'm watching. Moving on, we have the show that I'll be using my thing on. I'm just kidding. This is from the Rent a Girlfriend author. It's the
That's why this looks familiar.
yeah, it's the incest harem one.
God damn it. I looked at the promo art earlier and I was like, oh, this looks cute without like reading it or knowing what
Yeah.
it is.
Let me read the first line or first two lines for you here. Arta has never had a girlfriend, but he has five sisters and a brother. One day his father reveals that he and his siblings aren't related by blood. So
Bread.
yeah, I won't be there. And
Yeah.
I won't be there. I
No, I
saw
don't
cute
like it.
girls and was like, oh, I wonder what this is. But I was like, I'll wait until we get there.
does he know? Does he know?
I did not know. He was not aware.
You didn't know. Okay. Moving on. I've seen so much art of this fucking girl, like literally everywhere on my timeline. So this is
Really?
Mobile Suit Gundam GQ. I don't know if I could actually supposed to say this, but there's a bunch of U's and then an X at the end.
GUX.
Yeah, I've seen quite a lot of art of this character, so I don't know. There's
Okay.
a theatrical
So this is where
pre-screening
Gundam
a
gets
while
weird
ago.
to me. So how does this the Gundam universe I'm not educated on Gundams, right? As
Right.
I've only
are
watched
none
one
of
season.
us.
So I don't know.
The only thing I see for this is it has the
Parent.
old 1980s Gundam connected as a parent. And I'm like, what does that mean?
I
Is
don't
it
think
just saying
any
this is
of
the
these.
same
I don't think. Yeah, I
universe?
think they just are a Gundam. Like they don't connect in any capacity. They were just Gundam. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not really a Gundam
Yeah, I don't think
person.
they
So
do. There's only like I think there are a couple series that connect, but most of them are yeah, they're just individual stories.
yeah,
The creator
Like
of
That's what I
this, the
know.
G
Love Live
Witch.
creator,
All
the
right.
same guy who makes a bunch of the Love Lives. If you click on the original creator, it's like Gundam and Love Live. That's
What
what you see.
an odd dichotomy to have. Well, I guess
Um,
he's bringing his
by
talents
that logic,
together.
I like a lot of his stuff. So
He brings together Gundam and Cute Girl, and now this is, I mean, not that that hasn't been done before with like G Witch or whatever, but this is where we are now.
wait, that's not an that's not one person. I see.
It's
That
probably like a
is
group.
a collective pseudonym for the staff of Sunrise. I see.
So that makes a lot more sense.
They're doing something else this season as well that we'll get to talk about later.
Oh yeah, actually, this was supposed to be my planning. I think we'll talk about it later though. Next up, Shoshimin series second season. I should probably finish the first season. I'm the only one watching it, so we don't need to talk too much about
Yep.
that. And I only watched 3 episodes, so I can't talk much about it anyway. Next up is Moonrise. So this is from Wit Studio, but I literally never heard anything about it until like literally a couple of weeks ago, and then all of a sudden
Yeah,
people started talking about it.
I read the premise. Kind of, it's kind of weird, but like, I don't know. I might try it. I think I'm gonna try it. Like, I'm not like a huge sci-fi guy, but it seemed interesting enough, so I'll give it a shot.
Let's see. In the not too
Um,
distant
So
future, humanity
manage.
has established a loosely organized world government with everything managed by an
yeah,
international AI network called Set Sapientia.
Sapientia?
Sapientia.
Like
Sapientia.
Homo
It's just
sapiens?
humans.
Sapientia.
Yeah.
Yeah, alright, Sapientia. Okay, I'll take that. People live peaceful lives by loyally obeying its rational decisions. However, Sapientia is a lunar development project which sends criminals and pollutants to the moon. Alright. Creates disparity and
Okay.
poverty on the moon, sparking a catalyst for war. Jacob Jack Shadow gets caught up in this conflict after losing his family to a terrorist bombing by the moon's rebel army. Vowing revenge, Jack joins the Earth Army as a scout on the moon, only to discover an unexpected leader among the resistance forces.
Okay. So we send all of the bad people to the moon,
Right.
and now they have power, and now we're fighting the moon. Okay.
Basically,
I
it's like when all the British sent their prisoners to Australia. Now that's like a place that people live.
Yeah.
Except it looks
Um.
like the moon didn't really get over the whole like don't be a criminal thing. Though I'm
So
sure,
initial thoughts.
yeah.
I'm really interested by the premise. However, this is a Netflix original, which just
It's
does
a
not
co-
strike. It does not strike a lot of
It's not inspire confidence.
yeah. It the PV
I'm like skimming
doesn't
through the
look
PV right
terrible.
now.
Doesn't look great. I don't dislike anything I've seen in the PV.
Like the character designs are a little like meh. There's some good animation cuts in here, but I'm like wondering, or like, how consistent is that going to be through the series?
Mm-hmm. Just ONA, which doesn't mean anything.
Okay, there's some real cool
Um,
cuts in here. I might give this a shot.
I'm a little tempted as well.
I I'll think about it. We'll see where I am.
I'm gonna also just mentally consider that, but leave it for the moment. I
I'll
think I'll
keep the
put it on the
I'll keep the
planning.
tab open. I literally skipped something too. I just realized I'm stupid.
You did skip something, and I was curious,
Oh,
but I was
man.
like, oh,
I
maybe
had
they're
this
like
on the
the
planning.
same.
No. So this what I
I
skipped was Summer Pockets. So
Yeah.
this is a visual novel from Key, which is the creators of Claned and a lot of other popular visual novels. Um, I think this has like 4 stories in like I think it's gonna be 2 cores, and there's 4 main girls, and they all have like a different story. I think. Let's see. Some to help manage his recently deceased grandmother's effects, the protagonist Takahara Hairi travels to uh, Torishirojiba during his summer vacation. As he gets off the ferry boat, he spots a lone girl standing on the pier. Girl who simply says it. Oh my god, this is a really why is the the fucking description for the show is like built into like it's like how Mars types. It's just all different
It's like a
words.
It
Reddit
is
spaces.
literally how
Yeah.
Mars types.
Let's see, a girl who simply gazes into the distance as her long hair flutters in the wind. We got me reading a novel in the fucking what's it called? The description. Um, He looks at the girl in bewilderment, but before he realizes that she cannot be found anywhere, finds himself starting to adjust to life on the island. Time seems okay. I don't know. I think the
It's
PV or
key.
the what? Yeah, it's a visual novel. I like. I feel like typically Feel Studio, the studio that's doing it, does a pretty good job. Um, I will be there, and we will see how it goes. Apparently, they already released the opening. I don't think I watched this. I can't really
Isn't it
watch it
just the
right
old
now.
opening
What do you mean, the old opening?
or old song? Like the isn't this one of those they just take the song that they use in the visual novel and make it the opening?
Probably. But I mean, there's gonna be like visuals and stuff attached there, you know. So it's like kind of
I feel I feel contractually obligated due to my history as a key hater to not watch this.
a key hater. How much key content have you watched besides the 2 episodes of Clanhead that you refuse to continue, despite being contractually obligated to?
That's it. But I have a lot of strong opinions. Actually, it looks cute. I'm slightly tempted. We'll see.
The opening looks pretty
Unless
good. Not that the opening means anything, but it looks pretty good overall. I mean, I'll be
part of
there.
me wants to say the PV looks good, and then I'm also like, they don't actually do anything in the PV. It's just the girls being cute, which fair enough.
Hey, you know what? That's all it takes sometimes. All right. After Moonrise, now that we're back on track, I think yeah, this is
Black
Black.
Butler.
This is Black Butler. I don't think any of us have watched the second of Black Butler, so
How many seasons of Black Butler are there?
uh,
Enough.
I want to
Two,
say this is like the
a
fourth.
movie, an OVA,
Yeah, this is the fourth season, I
TV
think.
show.
All for a manga that is currently on
So there's
hiatus, apparently. So
hold on.
it's interesting.
So there's okay. So there's original Black Butler, right? Makes sense. There is Black Butler 2, which has the alternative version, Book of Circus, I see, which is so there's two different versions of Black Butler 2, I see. And then it continues with an OVA. And then it continues with the movie. And then it continues with another 12 episode anime. And then we get this season.
This is
I'm caught
like
up.
season 3, part 2,
It's
probably based on the
yeah.
timeline. Yeah.
None
We
of us
won't
have
be
touched
there.
Black Butler.
We will
I'm
No.
not be
just
there.
educating myself.
Yeah, okay. Next up then we have I'm the evil lord of an intergalactic empire. So I think we're taking Isekai slop into space now, based on
Oh,
the key
God.
visual.
Elon.
Okay, but
Yeah,
here's the
actually
thing.
not even native. It's just straight up Isekai. So left, after a life of honesty
Him betrayed.
left him betrayed. I thought I read it as left betrayed him. Like what the fuck? Liam is reborn into a vast interstellar empire with one goal: be the worst evil lord ever.
Oh my God, that's not real.
But no
It's not
matter
even
how hard
me.
he tries to be a tyrant, his wicked plans keep backfiring into peace, prosperity, and adoring fans.
Oh my
Okay, that's
gosh.
kind of funny.
It is
So this is
Vallejo.
like the
Like
I,
stumbling into
I feel like this is a
success
really
while trying
common,
to be yeah.
like, what's it called? Just like a bumbling fool, just actually like really good. It's like the whole premise of Vexations of a Shut-In Vampire Princess. She has to
Yeah.
pretend like she's the most powerful ever, but she's actually like extremely weak unless she drinks blood, which she doesn't like to do. And so
Okay.
just to pretend to be strong. Yeah, it's like another one of
Here's
those,
my
but
issue.
in space.
Surprisingly common issue. Why is he literally a child?
Well, because you got reborn,
Um.
of course.
Oh yeah, of course. I will say, the blonde girl, very cute. I will not be there.
You won't be there for Christina Leda Rosebreyer. Breyer.
She would be the only one I would be there for.
Anyway, moving on.
Let me look at this PV real quick.
All right, we got a wild key visual for the next one.
Do
Uh,
we? Oh, it's
Yandere,
the dark elf.
Yandere Dark Elf. She chased me all the way from another world. Yeah, I will not be there.
I will not be
I don't
there.
got an elf fetish like some people we know.
Same. I'm not. I feel like
This also
people
looks
would
like Goonerstop.
expect me. It's definitely Goonerstop. I feel like people would expect me to really like elves because I really like blonde characters, and those two traits kind of like connect a lot. But honestly, half of the blonde elves that I run into don't end up being my favorite because they're elves. I'll say it.
Sounds racist.
This guy's
It's not
racist against elves
racist.
is crazy.
Or elves a race?
Technically, I guess technically you're right. That's is racist because elves are definitively a race. I'm being
There you
canceled
go.
today, guys.
Exposed.
My apology podcast episode will be out next week.
All right. Next up,
Why does this next one place in 1992?
I don't know, but this is actually one that I th I've thought about using my thing on. We'll see.
I see.
Let's see. In 1992, a pandemic of viral encephalitis shook the world. The
Is that a
medical,
real thing?
sure, the medical
Please
tech,
keep reading. I'll research.
the medical technology that saved humanity evolved into your forma, an invasive information device implanted into the brain. In this world where every sight, sound, and even emotion is recorded, investigating major crimes means diving into the collective data, a job reserved for special detectives called electronic investigators. Uh,
So encephalitis is an inflammation of the
Inflammation of the
brain.
brain. Makes sense.
Ichika Hayata, a prodigious electronic investigator assigned at an astonishingly young age, stands isolated by her exceptional talent. Her newly assigned partner is Harold, a blonde, blue-eyed humanoid amicus. I guess he's like a robot then or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, what is an
Together,
amicus?
they call him humanoid, so I'm gonna go with he's probably a robot.
It's probably not human.
Yeah. Together, this
It says he
unrivaled
has a
duo
gender.
will expose every hidden secret.
There's a cutting edge amicus. That's all it says. Okay. Well, we can probably assume that a pandemic of viral encephalitis probably killed most of the population. So it would make sense if we have AI robot humans.
This is funny. This takes place in 1992, and like just something so bad happened they had to lock the fuck in and just create like super future technology to solve it.
Well, here's what's funnier. The pandemic happens in 1992. This takes place in 2023. Fun fact. The like current timeline
I
that they're
see.
in is 2023,
Okay, and this dude's definitely a
according to the light
robot. So I click
novel.
on his thing, and he has a manufacture date
Yeah,
instead of
he
birth date.
definitely is a robot or
Uh,
something along those
Okay,
lines.
I've
Whatever an
seen
amicus is.
people guess this up, so I'm going to think about it. We'll see. It's an interesting premise. I've seen people guess it up. It seems a little niche, but I'll think
So
about it.
here's my thing. I click on the light novel. I look at the recommendations. Number one recommendation, 86.
Yeah, it's pretty hype. And
Interesting,
you know,
interesting,
we got
interesting.
Tuaru, Majutsu no
Yeah,
Index. We just had
Index is on
the
there.
Tuaru episode. It's got a Vivi on it. You see this? It's got some pretty good what's called. The mean score is 83. The average and the mean don't really do a lot here, but it does have some pretty because there's three people who've rated it a 6,
There's
4
not
who
enough
gave it a
people who
7,
actually, yeah.
but then there's 19, 20, and 9 who've like rated it 8, 9, and 10 respectively. So it feels like it has more rave reviews than uh, anything else. I'll keep it in mind. Next up, we have
Music
Rock
anime
is a
of the
lady's
season.
modesty. See, at an elite all-girls academy where refined young ladies gather, Lilisa Suzumonia, or Suzunomiya, now the daughter of a real estate tycoon after her mother remarried, is forced to abandon her guitar and rock music to fit in. However, her passion is reignited by sounds from the old school building, where she meets a skilled drummer who shares her love for rock. Together, they embrace their inner rock stars, elegantly clashing and shouting their way through the academy in this captivating tale of grace and rebellion. I don't like her hair. Her hair is insane.
So I was gonna say this is like a funny one for me because I love music anime, right? That's the thing.
Right.
I'm not really into like Ojo, like rich girls, aesthetic that like these
I,
characters have.
I'm zooming in on this teaser visual here. They don't look very. They like their clothes are very Ojo Sama, but their faces say otherwise.
Well, that's the point, right? Is that
Right?
they're
Is their rebellion?
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I'm
So
particularly uh intrigued here. Um,
Yeah, I
if
don't
you want
know.
some like Yuri bait for the season, I'm sure this is it. But
doing some R&D, but it's not useful. Um, I will probably be trying it. I think is where I sit with this
Seems
one.
up your alley. I don't know.
I
It
don't
is. It's like the type of thing that I generally would watch or at least like give a shot. So I will probably be there. I don't know if I'll be there the whole season, depending on how good it is, but um comes out on April 3rd. It's a world where I could have watched this by the next podcast episode, depending on when we record.
Yeah. All right. I will not be there unless
Unless.
unless. Next
Unless.
next up we have Apocalypse Hotel, which the original teaser visual for this had me interested, and now I see the new one. It looks like not
Yeah,
at all
I
what I
actually watched this
expected.
one. I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like the art style that I'm seeing in the looking at the PV.
Yeah, I had this
It's
on
by Psy
planning. It
Games.
is by Psy Games, but the vibe doesn't really speak to me. Um, yeah, I don't know. I was
I mean,
intrigued,
it's
and then now I'm not. Before I knew anything, now I know a little bit. Now I'm not really, not intrigued.
that's the problem because Psy Games puts out such good stuff
It,
generally.
it almost gives me like a train to the end of the world type of vibe, but not. But it's not like a traveling thing like train was. This is like they just got a fucking hotel here.
Yeah,
And
when
they
I
got a
read the
whole bunch of
premise, I was
wacky
pretty
stuff.
interested, but yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I think I'll skip out on this one.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Next up,
I feel like I'm at the same conclusion, but I don't know. It's Psy Games, so who knows? I might end up sucked in.
we have Once Upon a Witch's Death. I meant to have this on my planning because I was actually going to read the novel and then it got an anime, and so I didn't do that. I say I was going to read the novel. I would have bought the novel and it would have sat on my shelf for however long it took for the anime to come out, regardless. But this is, let's see, on her 17th birthday, the apprentice witch Meg learns that she only has 1 year left to live. Her teacher, the long-lived witch Faust, explains that she has only one way to undo the death curse, and that is to collect tears of joy and grow the seed of life. To find them, Meg will have to leave the sheltered life she's always known and head out into the world. There will be meetings, partings, and friendships aplenty, and of course, many tears. Meg will learn that the most important lessons for a witch are bright, sweet, and somewhat heart-wrenching. This is kind of like Wandering Witch, but with stakes, I guess.
I think I'll try it. It looks good. I like the PV.
This is it's actually the same studio as we just talked about Train to the End of the World. Same studio as them.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
EMT squared. Well, they have a couple stuff this season. They have 3 shows this season. We haven't talked about the other 2 yet, but they have 3 shows this season.
3 shows in a
Wow.
season. Does not inspire
That's like-
confidence, but good luck.
Yeah,
Not.
you're just gonna be stretched thin. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Um,
I will be there.
I think I'll be there.
I'm not, but
Unless.
yeah, unless
All right.
Unless
Moving on. So, Licorice Recoil, Friends Are the Thieves of Time. These are like 6 shorts that are gonna be on YouTube. I think. I don't know how long they're gonna be, but we get more Licorice Recoil, so that's something.
I will of course be there.
I will also be there.
So this next one,
Yeah.
I don't know
So,
why this visual just like catches my attention.
so this is Mono. So
I think it's the orange phone.
it is from the creator of Eurocamp. I'm pretty sure.
See,
Like,
okay.
yeah, the original creator is the creator of Eurocamp.
Yep.
Seems like a similar. I mean, I guess slice of life. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's sent around a Cinephoto Club, which is a combination of photography and video research. So they go about their daily lives using cameras tied to kites, action cameras, and even drones. So it's kind of like almost like a filming type of thing.
Yeah.
It's photography, I guess, would be the easiest way to boil it down.
I mean, it kind of just seems like it's gonna be not shocking in any way, but it's just gonna be Eurocamp with like a different hyperfixation.
And you know what? I'm gonna be there.
Yeah, that's valid. Let me look at this PV real quick. Give it a little squeaky. Does look cute.
It's the studio that's doing it. It's their first show apparently. So good luck. I'm sure they've helped out on stuff before or something like that, but
I'll put it on the planning for now. I'm not against the idea. That stuff like Eurocamp is like I have to be in a specific mood to watch it. So this one might be doomed for like that reason more than whether I want to or don't want to watch it.
alright. Next up is Zatsutabi, that's Journey. When aspiring manga artist Chika's storyboards get rejected, she ditches her desk for an adventure. Armed with a quirky social media poll, she sets off on a spontaneous journey of random crowdsourced destinations. From hilarious mishaps to heartwarming encounters, Chika discovers inspiration, friendship, and herself, one unpredictable stop at a time.
Yeah. So this is like based off the actual. It says like based on the real
Real
life
life
travels of the
travels
manga.
of the
That's
mangaka.
actually kind of like cool.
That
Like
is
That
low
is
fun.
key.
interesting.
Uh,
So
I
this
don't know if I would like
person
it,
is
but
a
like
real
it's
person,
cool.
like the
Yeah.
exact same name.
How can you? How many people can say that they're like an actual anime character, like in real life?
What does she write?
Looks like just this.
Draws the manga Ashta? No, Ashta. Oh, wait, no, okay, that isn't not what I'm looking for here.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like it says it's based on the real life travels of this mangaka. So what do they do?
Okay, when I look up that name, it brings up the mangaka for this. Okay, that's just another name she has apparently.
Is this just another
So
name?
the
Oh,
creator
okay.
of the series is actually alternate
It's like a
name.
pen name or something.
Yeah,
Okay,
something
yeah,
like that. I don't know the
Yeah.
specifics
yeah.
behind it, but yeah, it looks like the original creator is the one who made this.
And it's a dude. Okay. Okay? Whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's cool. I'll put it on planning now. I don't think I'll. I don't generally like shows like this, but I don't know. Could be interesting. I'll put it on. I'll watch episode 1. See how it
I
goes.
kind of feel similarly. I'm probably gonna hold on this.
I'll put it as a maybe. I'll keep the tab open. We'll see. Next up is Anne Shirley, um, which is an adaptation of Anne of the Green Gables.
Yeah, I've heard of that book. I feel like I've not read it. It's like a very old book. Um,
Yeah.
I don't remember. All I know is the main character is redhead. Like that's all I know about it. But which I mean makes sense in the visual. She's redheaded too. But that's literally all I know about it. But
Apparently this thing
yeah,
has been adapted a lot.
Yeah.
The original
We got a
story.
manga, we got a
Maybe makes
movie,
sense.
we got a TV anime, we got another manga, and we got another TV anime.
I'm gonna check it out just because like it's just I mean, I'm trying to think of like other anime that have been like that are like based off like an actual, I guess like Western book, and I can't think of any off the top of my head.
Actually, more than you'd
Um,
think. Like, there's one
I
for
mean,
Tom.
yeah.
There's one for Tom Sawyer.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
There's
What
a
the heck?
lot.
Yeah, maybe.
not about a lot, but there's definitely like more than you'd
Yeah,
expect.
yeah. Adventures of Tom Sawyer, 1980 Japanese. Okay, sure. Yeah, I put it as planning just because like seems. I don't know how interesting the actual show will be, but I think the idea of like having an anime adaptation of a book like this is like cool. So I'll watch episode 1. We'll see. It's interesting enough for me. So
All right. Moving on. Let's see. Umusume Cinderella Gray. We have not watched Umusume in here,
no.
so that
I watch Musume's.
okay. We have one person who watches Umusume, so that will not.
I'm not caught up on them, but
All right. We have one person who watches some of the Umusumes may watch this one potentially. Next up, this is the. It's another one of the.
it's another one from that studio,
Yeah,
EMT
EMT
squared.
squared. The witch one. Let's see. This is
Kicked out of the heroes party.
okay. See, I'm looking at the English title and it's just not matched up to this. There's a lot we're missing here. The unaware
There's so many
atelier
words.
Meister, and then like, but I go to the Japanese title and I see like rank or like SSS rank and all
SSS
that.
rank.
Yeah, I'm like what? Let me go to the light novel. We'll see if maybe it has a. No, it doesn't. Nobody cared to translate this entire thing into English.
So the gimmick is he kicked out of the heroes party because he's not able to fight, but he's good at everything not fighting related.
Classic.
He's just a skiller.
Okay, so I
Um,
mean, I will not be there. We
I
just had
will
this
also
discussion
Yeah.
not be
earlier
there.
about the
Yeah.
fucking people that think they're useless but are actually the goat. Let's see. Next up is Kakushite Makina-san, which
This
is
is Coomer Turbo.
Makina-san's
Like, what is
love
this?
bot.
This screaming Coomer.
I
Yeah.
saw the word love bot. I'm just gonna. All right, hold on. Her secret that she is a sexoroid robot designed for pleasure.
For the word sex,
And
like,
she is asking
insane.
Ata to
That's a
conduct
crazy
some
word.
repairs on her discreetly. Yeah, this is definitely Gunner.
Oh hell no!
Yeah.
I'm out.
See
Oh
how
yeah.
Gooner
See,
the
I could
PV
have
is.
figured it out. I mean, we
Oh
knew it from
yeah,
the PV, but I look at the manga cover. No, that is Gunner.
yeah. The manga cover is crazy.
Holy. Yeah, it's yeah, no.
The
Next.
worst part is it's Gooner and it's also not rated well, so you know it's not good
The classic.
either.
I'm so the in the tags it says full CGI, but that's for the manga. So like, how does that
That
how does that work?
what? Question mark?
Is there something I'm like not understanding about this manga's creation process?
Right.
Anyway,
Yeah. No. Yeah.
definitely just super Gunner. We will not be there unless.
No, not unless
Next up is this is a remake of Yaiba.
Jaiba.
Yeah. I don't think I'll be
Never seen.
there, but
I don't think I'll be there.
for anyone who wants
No.
a remake of Yaiba, here you go. Let's see after that. Fucking long ass titles, dude.
Why is
Uh,
Shaft making some random ninja girl? Sorry,
the
I'm skipping ahead. I'm just
the
confused.
Two Perfect Saint tossed aside by my fiance and sold to another kingdom. A classic. All
Jeez,
right.
that is a name.
Is this the villainous for the season technically?
Tags that say shoujo, female protagonist, and heterosexual. I don't think it's a villainous. I think it's just
Villainous adjacent.
villainous adjacent. Yeah. Basically, it's. I mean, they think they suck. Get rid of them. Oh wait, they're actually the goat. But this time it's girl boss instead of male power or power fantasy. So I will not be
Positive.
there.
I will also not be there.
No. No.
Let's see.
Guilty Gear,
Guilty
bro.
Gear will not be there.
No.
Nazutoki.
Is this
What is this? The Dinner Table Detective.
Oh yeah, I watched the trailer for this one. I thought I might like it, but I don't think so. I don't know.
Just
see
choose to
here.
work as
Just
a detective. Do.
yeah, I'm not. Just for some reason, I didn't
Uh,
vibe with it. Not sure why.
This PV just doesn't look all that.
Yeah, animation's also really well. Not the animation.
It's like
Yeah,
it's got like a weird animation style that I don't necessarily dislike, but it's very different.
I'm just looking at the
yeah,
characters, and it's like the first three, like they don't really catch my eye. Then I see the bottom three, and I'm like, what the fuck is that going on here? We got like
Oh, that's a good point. We have the Power
we
Rangers.
have two Power Rangers and whatever the Kunio guy is on the
Kunina.
left. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on there. I will not be there. Let's see. We have
So this is what I was talking about.
yeah,
Why is this by Shaft?
a ninja and an assassin under one roof. On the way home from school one day, Konoha Koga rescues Satoko Kusakure, a ninja who escaped her village. Soon, pursuers from the village show up in search of Satoko, only to be deftly dealt with by Konoha. As it turns out, the unassuming high schooler is actually an assassin. Thus, the potentially cutthroat cohabitation of a ninja and assassin begins.
I
You
kind
know
of
what?
want to watch it.
Fuck it, I'm there. I'll do it.
Yeah,
you're there. I'm good, but
the
I don't know.
PV
That's what
looks
you
so
think,
cute.
actually.
The PV looks so cute.
Let me watch this.
Just going through it. I mean, it's not like anything crazy, right? It's just looks cute.
Yeah, I could tell that from the visual. Yeah, I'll be there. Fuck it. Why not?
But it's so random to me. Like this is Shaft. It's not like I don't know. Shaft always has such funny like range to me because they put out some bangers and they put out some stinkers. They put out some like really serious stuff. They put out some really goofy stuff. Go through some R&D on
You know,
this real quick.
variety is the spice of life. You know, you gotta get goofy to. All right.
Okay, the R&D is not giving me much information. The director this is the director for the Madoka movie.
Dude, the original creator's name is Hamburger. Dude, I gotta watch this.
um that's funny. So the guy directing this is also the guy that is directing the new Madoka movie that will come out one day.
Yeah, fuck it, I'm there.
I don't know, that's just funny. I'm gonna be there. I'm convinced.
This is like randomly gonna be like a super banger somehow.
Like, yeah, out of
Yes.
nowhere, this is gonna be just something that we're just
I
all
mean,
in on.
yeah, and not even just the new Madoka, like he's just like the Madoka director. Like he's chief director on the original.
Was he chief director of the
He
old
was
one too?
director on the movie.
Oh, you're right. He is the Madoka guy.
I mean, he's just like a guy at Shaft. Like he's him basically.
Yeah.
Been around. That makes me
That makes me feel like
interested.
yeah, that makes me feel like this is gonna be good.
It's like a trap.
Like out of nowhere. It definitely feels like a trap.
I don't feel like it's actually a trap.
Um
Okay, the tags on the
there-
manga are surreal comedy. This is not gonna be a trap. It's just gonna be goofy.
it's definitely just gonna be goofy. Um
I'll be
is there
there.
anything because I feel like we've reached the point where there might be interesting things.
Oh, like past
Sorry,
this?
We're about to
I
hit
had to
the
sneeze.
no
But
return, but there
Yeah,
is
we've hit the point where it's like there's a lot of things past this that aren't
like
worth discussing for
yeah, I have
various reasons.
one,
Oh,
but
yeah, there's
yeah.
one I also see that I want to talk about.
there's two I see.
Um,
They're very close, so
we can
Okay.
go through the
Well,
because I think it's the same two for me that I'm kind of looking at. Um,
all
well,
right.
there's a
We'll
funny
just
one that I'll talk about, but it's not a real conversation.
I think we can basically pretty safely stop at the ballpark one on the next row.
Yes, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so next up is Tagonia. Humans fight to protect their land from invading demi-human tribes, and his world, as his world is engulfed by intense warfare, Kai, a village boy from Lag, joins the fight to defend all he knows. After his comrades fall one by one and he's injured, he recalls memories from another life. Okay, Isekai. Classic.
I wasn't expecting isekai.
I was
and
also not expecting Isekai, but...
Surprise isekai.
Well, I guess it didn't have to be an Isekai.
It's like, I mean, I guess it's
It
isekai
could be pure, like, native, like, literally native,
adjacent.
like a reincarnation
Yeah,
in the same fantasy world or something like that. I don't know.
that is true. It has the isekai tag, but that's just a tag.
Yeah.
Um,
I will not be there, but
I won't be there. Vaguely interesting, perhaps.
good luck to Gonia. We will not be there. Next up, Bye Bye Earth Season 2. I've never heard of this. It's
What
Season
is Bye
1,
Bye
so
Earth?
yeah, I don't know.
What is this?
We probably
Okay, I
did
didn't
go
get
over it at some point, and then just, like,
2024? Do you think? Do you think we just skipped
we
over this?
probably looked at it and, like, man, that looks like ass, and then we didn't, we didn't do anything with
World
it.
like
full of
some.
anthropomorph. I think I
Yeah,
actually
I'm good.
remember this.
I'm good,
Now
bro.
that I'm looking through it.
Yeah, I don't know. We
Um,
definitely don't care about this, though. So,
but what we might care about,
we feels like a
maybe, I'm not
very,
sure.
like, overarching term. The thing
Okay,
that
but
you would care
look how
about...
colorful,
Okay, I
and
want...
cute it looked.
This should have been on my planning already, because I saw it a while ago and I wanted to watch it. So this is from Sunrise. They do all the Love
Yes,
Live
this is from
stuff, but
Sunrise.
this is like Witch Idols.
Yes.
So, yeah.
So Witch Idols,
You and I will be
it's
there.
colorful and cute. We will
Spat will
be
I'm
there.
not
not.
be there.
He said we,
We.
unless
Unless. Unless.
I don't think I want Spat's first exposure to idols to be this random. Although it's by Sunrise, could be a banger.
Yeah, what
Anyway.
do you mean first?
Um,
I watched Love Live season 1 or
Yeah,
whatever.
he watched Love Live,
oh,
yeah.
you're right. You did watch Love Live.
There's already a subpar introduction, so
Fair enough. Get
And
in the bag.
watch the worst Love Live first. I mean, it's kind of like required, but... I mean, not required.
yeah.
Anyway. Next up,
Anyway.
we have Food for the Soul, an original
Oh, I saw this
animation
one.
about the
But,
daily
yeah.
lives of 5 girls who become university student, and I guess they just like to eat. I'll be there.
Yeah, I
Wait, let me look
thought
at this PV real quick.
I'd like it, but I don't know. It's just I don't know.
Animation looks decent.
It's PA Works, so it's a
Cute.
solid studio.
Yeah, like the art style.
It looks cute. I'm scrolling.
Kawaii.
I'm completely kawaii.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll put it on the planning.
Do it. Let's go.
This is the point where me saying I'll be there has no meaning because this is the point where it's questionable if I'll even watch episode 1 of some of these shows. But making the planning is still a big deal, you know?
Unless
Unless this could be a Daniel unless. I wouldn't be surprised.
I
This would be a
would
neat one.
definitely
I
not
don't
choose it
think
as
it
my
is.
unless.
Yeah, but it could
Uh,
be.
let's see. Next up, we have
What
the
is this?
Mononoke lecture logs of Chuzenji Sensei. He just
1948.
solves all the mysteries. It's an insane
I
title for something that's doesn't really need that.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna watch this, but I don't know. It had me
From
interested. But then I
100
watched the
Studio.
trailer and just I don't know. I didn't care for it, so
Oh, they don't do anything, really.
yeah, I don't
I see.
watch it.
The description doesn't really inspire me much either.
Yeah, it's just like it's
Yeah.
a mystery between this unlikely duo of teacher and student.
Yeah, it's like
Like, wow. Alright. I think the setting's a little interesting, like a few years after World War II, but it just doesn't, the rest of it doesn't really speak to me. Next up, I don't know what the title says yet, but I can just tell this is gonna be something else for sure.
Gorilla God's go-to girl?
Gorilla God's go-to girl. Let's see. Sophia, a
Question
timid
mark?
daughter of account just wanted a peaceful life, but the gorilla god had other plans.
Yeah.
Blessed with unmatched strength, she's thrust into the Royal Knight Order, turning her quiet days into chaos. Now she must juggle school, the nightlife, and her overwhelming power. Who knew gorilla strength could be so complicated?
So
I
she's
low key want
blessed.
to
Looks
watch it
like
just because it's
She's blessed
ridiculous.
by
But
the
this
I
looks
don't
like
gorilla
know.
god.
it's a reverse harem about a girl with gorilla strength. But why is that the gorilla god, dude? Who comes up with this shit? You just fucking threw darts at like a board. Like gorilla was on one and then god was on the other. Throw and they're like, all right, gorilla god, here we go.
Okay, I'm gonna put it on planning. I probably 90% won't watch it, but like I don't know why. Like
It's
the
just
idea of
so
like a gorilla god is just funny. I
I'm
don't know.
gonna not
so
be there,
dumb.
but this makes
It's
me
just
laugh.
stupid.
What studio's doing this?
Um,
Oh, it's their first ever anime. That inspires confidence. You gotta start with a gorilla god.
hey, if Gorilla God's a banger, they're set.
Never know, I guess.
The PvE doesn't look bad.
Let me see. It looks like inoffensive. If I had to.
Yeah, it's just
I
that's why I
said
say it
gorilla
doesn't look bad. Um, why is it a Gorilla God? This is
I don't know.
funny.
Hey man, don't question the
I
gorilla god.
I'm not there, but I am laughing. So they accomplished something.
You know, I'll hope for the gorilla god's success. I don't think I'll watch it, but and then the last thing
I
we
pray,
have
I pray for Gorilla God's success. I
is
hope episode 3 comes out and everyone on the internet says it's a banger.
last EMT squared thing that we said was for the season, which is Catch
Ending with a
Me at the
banger.
Ballpark.
I have a friend who's gonna watch this, so I kind of want to watch it just to see.
To escape his
We have a couple
hiring
friends who are gonna
job,
watch it.
weary Murata finds escape at a nearby baseball stadium. While the games are thrilling, it's Ruiko, the Gyaru, as cold as the beer she serves, but secretly a sweetheart who keeps him coming back. As her first regular, Murata discovers the warmth behind her frosty demeanor, and their hilarious, heartwarming encounters light up the ballpark and maybe even their hearts. See, the problem with me is I don't find baseball very thrilling, and so I will not be here.
Me neither. But
Yeah, but this isn't about baseball.
I mean,
This is about a
it's
Gyaru at the baseball game.
okay. Well, I don't care for Gyarus, and I also don't care for baseball, so it's just like two things that
That's
don't
valid.
double whammy.
double whammy if I don't
Um,
care that much.
I kind of want to be there. I don't know if I'm going to be there, but I kind of want to be there. So that's where we're at with this one. It sounds funny. It's sports adjacent, which feels like my brand, but also it's only sports adjacent.
Yeah, it's not like at least from what I've seen, it doesn't seem like actually. Yeah. Yeah, I'll watch episode 1. One of my friends is watching it, so it's like
I mean, we have a few people that are going to be watching it as well in friend groups, so
oh yeah, I
Well,
see it now. Okay.
we'll definitely be
Oh yeah,
hearing
Lulu,
about
yeah.
it.
Yeah, I will not be there unless.
I don't have high expectations, but no.
All
All
We'll
right.
see.
After this is just a bunch of like movies and shorts and shit, so we
Yeah,
can't
I didn't
really
like
watch any of
anything.
Yeah,
these, or things we
we
just
probably can't
simply
access.
will never like. We're not watching
It's a One Piece ONA.
Precure.
There you go.
There's a new Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, there was a trailer for that earlier today.
This is just the funny things where it's like stuff that they just put on TV for like just local
Kids?
Japanese TV,
Oh sure, yeah.
but like we're never gonna be able to see like Nemeneko. Nemeneko? However you pronounce that. We're never gonna be able to see most of these. So like, and they're also just like random shorts.
Yeah, most of the ones that's bothering me. Yeah.
All right, so we have one final piece of business then.
Yeah,
Which
to
we
decide.
must all choose
Let's
our
all choose
unless. I'm gonna just refer to it as the unless from
the
now on.
The
unless.
unless.
I
Okay.
think the unless catches. I have one in my mind.
I will like both
Go
of you
for
go
it.
first.
Okay,
You go.
I will let Spatula go first.
What the heck? I said I said it first that you have to go first.
Okay,
You go first. You go first.
what if we spun a wheel?
Okay, you know what? That makes it more
Okay,
exciting.
you know
Let's
what?
do it.
Wheel spin is content. I mostly don't want to go first because I feel like the one I say might also be said by someone else. In which case, I want to
I'm gonna
switch to
give you
which
guys like
watch.
some options. I don't know, like,
Yeah, that's true. We could have options.
yeah. Okay, just spin.
All
Why is
right.
my name so big on this?
Because you only have
You have
2
two
letters in
letters.
there. You got to fill up the space.
Yeah.
All right. All right. The spin.
Yep, that's what I thought.
Congratulations, Spatula, on picking the
Okay.
first unlicensed.
Yeah. Well, I'm a nice guy. I'll give you guys some options. I don't want to, Um.
Okay.
So the thing is, yeah, I had 3 options, but now I think I want to go to 2. So number
What
one
got
is
eliminated?
Lazarus, because I think you mentioned that you didn't really,
Yeah, that's fair.
yeah. But the thing is, like, I don't know. My 3 before we started the episode were Lazarus, Moonrise, and Your Forma.
Okay.
I don't know. You guys can pick whatever you want. I didn't have any. I think the other ones that I kind of had planning were just like ones that I thought were interesting, but I'm not sure if you guys would.
So what I will say is information from here. Your forma is the one that I am thinking of.
Well,
But I was
sounds like a
also
plan.
thinking of your form, so
Oh,
we're at an
okay.
Hey,
awkward
well, that makes it
impasse here.
kind of easy, Loki.
Well, no, because
So-
that means I have to go find something new. If we
Yeah.
do that. PK and I both have to find something new.
So my new one's gonna be Witch Watch.
Okay.
I just think Witch Watch. I like the idea of having something somewhat popular and like
Mhm.
people are going to be watching it and keeping up with it, and it's not just like all niche picks. So of like those types of things, I'm like I think Witch Watch is the type of thing that like matches our vibe and branding the best,
Okay.
and also it's not a continuing season.
I've now been left with an awkward position, where the thing I was going to choose is now chosen, and my backup choice was also probably chosen. So now I must find a third.
It's unfortunate for you, but it's a good sign. Like,
Because the other I think it's both like funny and good that we all agreed on your format, because this one actually sounds really interesting, and I
yeah,
think this is like the niche pick that's like a decent
could be
amount
a
of people
banger.
might have not been planning to or like heard of this beforehand, and now it's like we're gonna be actively talking about it.
Son of a bitch. Dude, I don't know what to pick.
I mean,
Or-
we could. Here's the thing, too. If you don't pick anything, we could always just say you're the one who does your forma, and then we watch Moonrise.
Yeah, but it doesn't
I'm
feel
yeah.
right.
You pick something. I'm flexible. Like I have other,
No, you know what?
even if it's like something that you think I wouldn't like. I mean, I'll try it. Just might as well.
I'm just making some decisions here. Calculated.
Mhm.
Okay.
He's calculating,
Fire
Oh, no.
Force off the table, obviously.
budgeting.
Windbreaker Season 2 off the table, obviously. Slime
Nope.
300 off the table. Konosuba off the table. A number of things that are off the table. My planning is actually smaller than I would have expected. Okay, it's between, I think, either between Summer Pockets or the Witch one. Not the Witch Idol, the Once Upon a Witch's
Yeah.
Death.
Upon. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This one. Okay. Yeah.
This is... I think I'll go... Okay, here's the awkward thing with Summer Pockets. This is going to be a 2-core, right? So how do we handle
Yeah.
2-core?
I guess it would bleed into the next one, but we would just add a show, so it'd be like
don't
a
get an
We
option
would just
extra.
have, yeah, we would have an extra.
We would have 4 shows in the next score,
Oh sure.
which
Yeah,
is
we could do that.
fine.
Yeah.
I think I'm okay with either of those. I'm planning on
Yeah.
watching the Once Upon a Witch already, and I'm not against watching Summer Pockets by any means. So
I'm okay with both.
Okay, you know what? I'll go with Summer Pockets. So
Okay. I was hoping you'd do that because had Once Upon a Witch's Death open, and I read their names and I hate them. So
yeah, you don't like their names. You
you
don't
don't
like
like
Meg
Meg,
Raspberry?
the opera.
Sophie
Yeah.
Hater.
Yeah,
Fine
I am.
Cavendish.
Cavendish. Cavendish is like a banana, bro. It's literally like the banana that the variety banana that we eat. Cavendish banana, bro.
Okay, so our
I mean, it makes
thing,
sense. Yeah.
we
Our
got
official
your
podcast
Forma.
sponsored.
Go for it. Yeah, our
Podcast
sponsored
sponsored anime.
shows. We got Your Forma, Summer Pockets, and Witch Watch. It's a very interesting grouping.
Triumvirate.
I did think that it was gonna be funny if you did the Upon a Witch's Death one, and we had two witch animes as our
I'm a big witch guy. I do like my witches, but
big witch guy. But I don't know. I feel like this covers a lot of ground, right? We
yeah.
have Your Forma, a really interesting sounding like series that probably not a lot of people have heard of, but just caught our interest. With Witch Watch, a like somewhat like more known series, but not like mega mainstream by any means. That just seems good. And a key adaptation that could be really good or it could be an absolute train wreck.
I guess
Because you never know
we'll
with visual
find out.
novels. So a lot of potential here.
I did consider Lazarus, but I feel like that has higher train wreck chances being an Adult Swim production than all the others. So I decided I'll leave that to my exploration. I think Spat's watching as well, so we'll see
Yep.
how that goes.
Yeah.
Let's see. Look at my list here. How many things I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. I think I'll leave Moonrise and the Journey one off to the side for right now. Maybe I go with Moon.
I think I'm going to leave Moonrise off to the
I
side
think
for
I'll leave
now as
Moonrise off because
well.
I'll be the only one.
I also have to consider that I do
I
have.
don't own Netflix.
I am gonna have what's it called? Apothecary Diaries continues into next season, so that'll be another show I still have to
Yeah.
keep watching. I forgot to update my 100 girlfriends. Very very needed.
Very important.
I'm also very like thankful. Yubo Blatt I thought was gonna be 2 core. Maybe it still will be, but like split core. Um, I can get rid of the show like 12 episodes faster than I thought because it won't be one continuous season. So bless. But yeah, that was our shopping. Um, if you enjoyed the new format, I hope you did because we're gonna stick with it probably no matter what. So
No choice.
yeah, I mean it's not that much of a change, and really like the effects of this format won't really be seen until we like actually start talking about things. So yeah, I'm
Also,
excited.
just like we'll test it, see how it does too, because it's like it's possible each of us having a show could be too much, and so like maybe the next time we're like, let's all just have one show, like that we all agree on or something like that, right? But I like the idea of us all putting a show in and just kind of like mixing our tastes a little bit.
I feel like it's like a week by week basis type of thing. Like some weeks could be like filled with discussion of those three, and then some weeks maybe we don't have as much to say and we can just talk about other things.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be fun. Actually, isn't Witch Watch is also 2 core, so we have
Is
to.
it really?
Yeah,
Oopsie. I mean, it gives us content. We might in the second core. What we might do for those is like if it's just like another week, and we have more interesting things with our like current core focus, we might just skip like talking about Witch Watch a week and or like talking about Summer Pockets on a week, right?
Yeah, that's fair. We can be full. We'll figure it out as we go. This is new, so we'll figure it out.
Mhm.
But if you enjoyed this episode, remember to like, comment, subscribe, rate 5 stars, all that good stuff, whatever platform you're on. If you are from the Tuaru thing, we got some. It was a pretty well viewed episode, thanks to our
Yeah, welcome.
esteemed guest. So welcome in. Hope you stay. Wink, wink.
I promise I'll catch up on Railgun eventually. I'm currently doing something that I will be talking about next week. Hopefully, that's the goal. I have, let's see how many episodes. 30 episodes to
30.
watch of said
Holy.
project. And but I'm motivated. I think I can get it done by the
Uh,
next episode.
so as all the people from the Tor episode will come to know if they go rewatch all the other episodes, you will never see him complete Railgun. It will not happen.
That's not true. But you might not see me complete Railgun S. I might get
he
motivated enough to finish season 1, start season 2, and then all bets are off the table.
Yeah, I'm thinking I know what project you're talking about here, and I think after your project you're about to collapse, you're about to burn out, die, and we will never see a completed anime for PK ever again.
Oh,
It's an
Um,
important project, all right?
Anyway, if you are on audio only and you'd like to go to the YouTube Is the Order an Anime Podcast, we are the only one. Same thing from YouTube to audio only. Is the Order an Anime Podcast? Can't possibly miss us. Right? Did I say audio or YouTube to audio only twice? I don't remember. Anyway, you know, vice versa. Works the
For a
same. Doesn't
podcast.
matter. I've been doing this 148 episodes. I'm allowed to fuck up every now and then. Every Saturday, 3 p.m. EST, without fail, except for when we do, there will be a new episode out for you to enjoy. So, once again, thank you for listening, and we will see you in another episode. Thank you, and goodbye.